Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of the Bouncing Potatoes. My name is Osanda. Ethan, how are you doing today?
My name is Ethan, and I'm doing fantastic. Uh,
I was trying something new. I wanted to see if it would flow. I guess not.
oh, I'm doing fantastic. Been a lot of walking the past couple days. My aunt came to town with my cousin, so took him to City Walk. We took him
Uh,
to the Griffith Observatory, Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Strip, and then I went to Universal. Then I went to Six Flags this morning. Then we saw the movie Migration. Hmm. And yeah, a lot of walking, man. So my legs are tired, but I'm pretty good. Other
how
than
was
that,
Migration? It actually looks fun. It looked funny.
I must say, we loved it. I think you like when it comes on Peacock of Sound, you should take a look at it. It's pretty good. It's short and sweet. And, Danny DeVito, come on, who doesn't like that guy, right? Uh, and so many other great, Aquafina, love her. And some other cool guys. There's this cool Jamaican guy in there. I don't know who it was, but I liked him. He was funny. And of course, Camille and Johnny. I can always mess up his name, but pretty good cast. So I think everyone should see it because it's pretty great. And let me tell you, there's a lot of kids obviously in my theater, and even the adults and kids, they're all laughing the whole theater. It was great.
Yeah, honestly, one of the few movies that I was like, oh wow, this trailer actually looks pretty funny. And
See,
I didn't fully pay attention, but I feel like the trailer also didn't say, give away the whole movie. In
honestly, it didn't because the first two trailers, I'm like, what is this about? And I get migration, but I'm like, what's going on? I could have never guessed what was happening in the movie based on what I saw in the trailer. So they definitely give away the whole movie. And did they give away too little? I don't know. That depends on the person. But as long as you know they're migrating, that's all I guess you need to know. Yes, it's pretty good.
See, good marketing strategy, because we've had this debate before, and I absolutely despise it when companies give away the whole plot of the film in
Hmm.
the 2-minute trailer. That's idiotic to
Yeah,
me because
I was watching a one of those throwback trailers that someone shared on Twitter. It was 3 minutes, and they gave away. Actually, no, it was in the trailer for Migration. Actually, too, this happened. Uh, Not the trailer for Migration, but the trailers before the movie. It was another upcoming Universal vampire movie that looks like a horror comedy thing. But they're going to. There's a group of people going to babysit or something. This girl, and she's the human girl, and they showed a lot of her, and they could have edited out the human girl, but halfway through the trailer, they show the girl turning into the vampire, and that broke the mystery. Because they were saying, "Oh, there's like even the girl, in her human form is acting like scared, like oh my gosh, she's like a vampire, like ooh, better watch out." Something crazy happens at this house at night, and then halfway through, you see the girl attacking everyone because she's the vampire. I'm like, oh, would have ruined the surprise.
so stupid. So stupid.
I'm like, damn. And the trailer was like 3 minutes. I'm like, ooh, there goes the movie. I just
At,
watched
at that point, it's a short film. It's not a trailer. It's just a short film.
it. Oh, damn, yeah. So please don't do that, movie studios. You ruined the surprise.
So stupid. It's so stupid. The only time you can realistically do that is if the movie was a book.
Oh yeah.
Then it's a little different story, right?
But even then, like, what if like a lot of people didn't? Because I know a lot of those people don't read the book, so they don't know what's happening. Like,
Exactly.
I
Also
didn't
true.
read the Chronicles of Narnia, so I know what's happening. I know a lot of people did, but it wouldn't surprise to me all that stuff.
So yeah, it's just so stupid. Honestly, like I haven't done the research to find out why companies do that. Maybe the statistics say otherwise, but purely from anecdotal experience, I will say that that's a horrific, garbage, just horrible way to go about. Again, Illumination. hats off to how y'all did it with migration,
Mhm.
because I actually me for me to actually want to go watch a movie, that
I
takes,
know, man.
yeah,
This man doesn't watch anything.
yeah. I'm not gonna go watch it, but I still had the thought of watching.
Oh, and then as an added bonus, the Despicable Me little vector short between and in front of it was hilarious. I personally love the Minions, so that was a pleasure for me.
See, it's funny because for as uh immature as I am, I actually think that the minions are too juvenile for me, which is crazy. Which is pretty freaking crazy when you think about how,
That's actually insane. That's so insane. That shit doesn't even make sense.
like, I make the stupidest, like, childish jokes, but for me, the minions are just too juvenile for me. I don't know. It's amazing. Uh,
Oh, that's hilarious. That's such an Osana thing to say because it doesn't make sense.
it's not. It's because it's not like they're okay in doses, but if like the whole film is about them, I can't handle it. Like we watched the Minions movie, the
Mhm,
standalone
mhm.
Minions movie, not like Despicable Me, Minions, and
Yeah,
it
the
was just
Minions.
yeah, it was too much. It was just too much
I'm
for me.
guessing you didn't see Minions too. I like that one.
No, I didn't.
Okay, how about will you see Despicable Me 4 with me in March?
Probably not. I don't think I've even seen three. I think I've seen clips of two.
Let me say, my girlfriend and I watched them one, two, three all in a row in a hotel. We had a little largest on a Minions marathon, Despicable Me marathon, because she hadn't seen
Wow,
any of them. So I showed her all three, and she was like, "Let's watch the next one." I was like, "Okay, and let's watch the next one." That's what.
3 films in a row? I could
Yeah.
never. Jesus Christ. You guys should watch How to Train Your Dragon before it leaves Netflix. Reminder for everyone. How to Train Your Dragon
Is that
number
on
one.
Peacock too?
Oh, I
Should
don't know.
be right.
I don't have
Oh
Peacock.
no, that's Universal. Should be on there. But that goes on Netflix. Ooh, maybe I'll show her that tonight. She hasn't seen it, and I'll take an excuse to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm just not really a big movie dude, honestly. Even like at home, I don't
Yes,
really like.
because he needs a girl to do everything. He says I can't. He says I need a girlfriend to watch movies. I need a girlfriend to go to the theme park with. If there's no girl, then I'm not interested.
I mean, realistically speaking, I also just don't like to watch. I don't like to watch movies with the girlfriend either. Really, like
But you do it.
I did it. Yeah, I did it. But like very rarely though. Like she was the same way. Like she didn't like to watch
Yeah,
the.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that many. So how did you get to watch? So okay, so how did you watch Train Your Dragon at
So
home? Or, like
I
how did you
actually
do that one?
let me because so this is what happened with How to Train Your Dragon 2. I knew about the film and I wanted to watch it, but even though
Mhm,
I really wanted to watch it, I never saw it until I went to one of my parents' friends' homes and they
mhm,
had Netflix. And at the time, I never really had access to Netflix. And I
mhm,
saw on Netflix How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I'm like, okay, bet I'm gonna watch it.
mhm.
Watched it, fell in love, obviously, because it just resonates with me perfectly. Um,
Well, how does it resonate with you?
Flying, just the freedom, the feeling of freedom.
Oh, freedom, got it.
So that was beautiful. And then I saw How to Train Your Dragon 1. I think I either looked that up illegally or I just saw it on the TV.
Mhm.
How to Train Your Dragon 3, I actually saw the day it came out. That was one of those rare films.
Oh, see that makes sense because he had two of them that he already watched and say now you're in. See, that's why these things go to streaming. New fans.
That makes sense. Yeah, see, that actually does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
You know how many new fans came to be across the Spider Verse because the Into the Spider Verse on Netflix did so well. A lot.
See, another example of a film I really wanted to see, and I still haven't even finished it. I'm only 20 minutes in.
Even though it's on Netflix,
Even though it's on Netflix, I'm only 20 minutes into the 20 or 30 minutes in to
you
the.
like it?
I like it so far, but it's just
Oh, that's
it's
good.
very stroby, and the
Mhm.
thing is, I tend to watch these things at night, and I can't
Oh
handle.
yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because this one's even more artistic.
yeah. So I had to watch it during the day, and then during the day I'm just doing other things.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Interesting. But so was it a trailer or the poster that got you interested in How to Train Your Dragon the first time before you wanted to watch it, then you have access to Netflix. Like, did you see a billboard or something or a trailer or
trailers. I think it was trailers for the second movie that made me that. Um,
ah,
yeah,
that makes sense. Look at that, we just got into Osanda's psyche.
but I will say, unfortunately, I also read a Yahoo article before I saw the film, and I got spoiled with Stoic's death. Um,
Oh no, but that
yeah,
was sad.
which was a pretty critical moment in the film. Um, but again, for this is a controversial opinion. I mean, it's not that controversial because I think a lot of people are on this side now. DreamWorks films way better than Disney films. Um, because DreamWorks,
Ooh.
DreamWorks has How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek,
Mm-hmm.
um,
And Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots, which is and then Kung
Yeah,
Fu Panda. People,
that's right. Kung Fu Panda
Kung Fu
4.
Panda.
I'm gonna see that in March too.
I have to finish Kung Fu Panda 3, but maybe I will watch Kung Fu Panda 4.
Good.
Yeah, the one movie, and this is an anime movie, but next month, Haikyuu is finally dropping a movie, and I am gonna see that. If I have to see that by myself, I will go and see that by myself because
You don't want to see the boy and the heron?
the what?
The boy and the heron?
Nah, I haven't seen any Studio Ghibli films, which is actually kind of crazy. Um, I have not seen any Studio Ghibli films. Oh
Why
wait,
is
actually, I did see
that
Ponyo.
too mainstream for you?
No, it's just again like I'm not a big movie dude, man. Like I don't really watch.
You like anime.
I like anime, but that's still an anime film, and that still takes. I would rather watch 3 episodes of a show than one full movie.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
That
it's
checks out.
short attention span. Because with the episode, you can go to the bathroom, you can come back, but then with the film, like,
You can pause if you watch at home. You can pause and go to the bathroom and come back.
it's true, but there's no like set out space to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. There isn't.
yeah.
What if they
So
made a What if they made an Arthur movie? Would you see him?
100%.
Good.
Speaking of, they made a Garfield film, but I don't think I saw. I'll wait for that to come to
It hasn't
TV.
come out yet.
Oh,
In
wow,
May,
really?
like the summer. Coming with Chris Pratt. Yeah, it comes
Sure.
out in the summer.
Oh wow, okay. Well, you know what?
Oh,
I'm probably gonna see
I
more
will be
more
seeing
movies.
that for sure.
I'll watch more movies once we move in together. That's what I'm thinking.
Good, because with AMC stubs, uh, I have free movies, and then that way, if I just buy your tickets, I get the points,
That's
and
good.
I get free refills on large popcorn, free upgrades on size upgrades on popcorn and drinks.
Hmm. And if you use your Capital One card to do that, you could probably get like 3% cash back too.
3%. And I not only do I use my Capital One to do that, I use my Capital One to pay the monthly AMC Stubs membership. See,
See,
that's
credit
like
cards, y'all.
three. That's a lot of threes, and it adds up. Adds up
Hmm.
quite a bit. In fact, let's see how many rewards cash I have here. Last time I checked, it was 38. Now let's see.
Which keep in mind, guys, that he did use like 200 of that for something else. So,
Yeah, well, so this is 38 new ones after
hmm
the 200.
see,
Here's 220 before. Oh no, 212. Yeah, see now I have $36. Here it is. Ooh, wee. Gosh. Guys, Capital One, please sponsor us because we need it.
yeah, we technically plugged y'all card 2 podcasts in a row. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
again, we do.
can soon.
Yeah,
Jordan. Oh my Lanta. Okay, keep Jordan and Christian are not here as you see. Jordan can come soon. Christian's sleeping, maybe. I don't know. That's
yeah. At this point, these two, just I mean, we don't even have any equity in TBP, but they're definitely not getting any at this point because, jeez,
Oh my god.
it's terrible. This is absolutely horrific, man. Because first off, Jordan said, "Oh, I'll be there." He said that with
Mhm.
confidence on Friday, and lo and behold, we are like, "Okay, final reminder," and then Jordan's response, "Shit," and then nothing, no follow up after that.
And after
Nothing.
he did in Christian shoes at 4 p.m. time.
He basically said that he needs it to be after a certain time because he won't be at home.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
maybe he's having a picnic again. Hopefully,
Or maybe he's camping.
yeah, or maybe this time he actually went camping. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Christian, like maybe a month or two ago, something like that, he and his friend went out. They went outdoors. All right, they went to the great outdoors, and they had like some food and like they ate outside. But then they decided to drive back home, and Christian was telling us that he went camping, and we were explaining to him there was no tent, there was no sleeping bag, and you guys came back home
And there
before,
was no sleep.
and there was no sleep. Yeah.
Not
So,
like saying I went to a hotel and stayed over, but I went in and checked in and went back home and checked out the next day from my house.
and mind you, they drove there too. Which I mean, the driving is not that's not necessarily like it doesn't negate that it could be camping because you could drive somewhere and still camp out there.
Yeah.
But they drove over there, had a picnic, drove back, and had the audacity to
In
call
fact,
that
they
camping.
had a picnic next to their car. They didn't even walk down a trail and have a picnic. They had it right next to the road, next to the car. So they couldn't even like walk a little bit. It was there. It's like if I went up to Mulholland, or what's that place? Uh, that view up Mulholland Drive and ate some food next to my car. That's like what they did.
And he was fighting about this for a good couple hours. Like he's like, no, it's
Yeah, I
camping, it's
know.
camping.
He kept going. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think you know what camp is.
He sent us a picture and he was like looking up the definitions.
And unfortunately, in the picture, that's what made it worse because that's what really proved it. That's how I know that picture's how we knew that he didn't even walk down a little bit to go camping. He camped right next to the car, or ate right next to the car. So the picture just really didn't work out for him. I hope he never has to like represent anyone in court and has to go to court because I don't think it's gonna go. He might present evidence for the supporting the other guy.
Ah, oh man, gotta love him. Gotta love him. What a guy. What a guy. Man, hold on. Let me turn on the lights so that we got better lighting for me. Man, that's some. So yes, those two are totally fine. They're just idiots sometimes. Um, really, really bad with time management, I would say. Um,
Oh my gosh, yes.
because this wasn't like a random thing we didn't like. This wasn't like an impromptu thing. We settled on this time like 2 days in advance, adjusted the time for Christian again, and he still doesn't show up. Jordan is a guest host. He's a guest star, so I mean, I'll give him a little bit of a break. But
Well, no, but then he said I'll be there.
true, also true.
And then 45 minutes ago he said shit with no other context. I feel like that
So anyway,
negates the guest host
um,
excuse.
in terms of current events, obviously the big one right now is that Costco got rid of their churro and now has a chocolate chip cookie, which is something like 720 calories or something like that, some crazy high amount. Um, Ethan, are you upset by the decision? When was the last time you had a Costco churro? Because I know you're a fan of the churros.
I like churros. I had Costco churro one time and it was utterly disgusting to me. So I am actually, when I saw that, I didn't read into it much, but I was like, yay, because I remember the churros being horrible. Second, just a little worse than Universal churros. So, uh,
Wow.
I don't like the churros at all. So I'm sure, I hope, actually, I'm pretty sure this cookie can be better because I feel like anything can be better than the churros. So I'm excited about the the cookie that I probably will get to have maybe once or twice a year since I'm not a Costco membership. But oh, but my girlfriend is. So next time we go to Costco, or she goes, I'll go with her and try out this cookie. Or when we move in together, we can hop over to the one in the Woodland Hills and try out the cookie since it's outside ourselves.
I will
And
say,
maybe even do a little review of the cookie on the podcast. Insert a little video of us tasting it. Oh, I like this. Stay tuned. Subscribe, guys, if you want to see in 5 months this cookie. Look, this cookie.
we promise the payoff will not be worth it.
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do want to see Ethan's interesting tactic when it comes to eating foods, you can definitely see that if you subscribe.
Hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure this
Oh,
cookie's gonna be
that might be a payoff right there.
yeah,
That could be worth the wait.
this cookie's gonna be big enough for Ethan to do his patented eating technique. Um,
Hmm. Stay tuned.
so yeah, 720 calories is crazy. 750, whatever it is. I will say I haven't had a Costco churro since like middle school. They're okay. They're not bad. But maybe that's the nostalgia talking because they're not the best either. I would say they're not bad. Though. I wouldn't say they're bad, but
Bad.
um, for me, if they replace the hot dog, that's a problem. But
See
the
now,
churro,
yeah, now that's really the only thing I get at the Costco food court. The hot dog and the drink. I'd be really mad
yeah.
because it's actually very good.
So the hot dog is totally fine. And the hot dog is so good you can honestly eat it plain. So Costco hot dog is
Dude, I know you could like usually the mustard's around the corner. Usually by the time you get the mustard, it's already 25% gone on the oops. The hot dog is 25% gone. Let me clarify. So I was like, ooh, because it smells nice and it's so soft in your hand. You're like, you take a bite. And when you get to the table, it's like 50% gone, and then it's gone by the time my family members get back. Oh, good times. Gosh, that sounds good. I might have to get one of those this week. They close early today because it's Sunday. I know that, so probably this week.
So yeah, leave a comment down below if you guys are torn up about this. Also, if you want to see eating a cookie again, subscribe. Stay tuned. Just a short 5 months, and you'll have.
It'll fly
Um,
by.
yeah. So that was that current event. The next current event that we want to
Before
discuss.
we
So
get to
this
the
is
next current event, I have a current event. I don't know if it's on this list. I just want to quick mention. Back to the Alaska plane thing. Let's see. Turns out, not only did they find more Alaska planes with the bolting messed up on the doors, United found some too, and some other airlines. So the FAA did a whole nationwide ground stop on that plane type, and they're doing an audit on Boeing as we speak.
wow. So what you're saying is it's a bad time to have some Boeing stock right now.
Yes, also it's a bad time if you work for Boeing. Especially in the department that inspects planes.
Is that the
I'm
department?
looking at you,
Is that
Christian.
is that where one of our friends works in?
Think so. Yeah, he inspects planes.
Oh, oh.
Remember?
Well,
Because he showed us picture going under the plane, he inspects planes.
I never saw those pictures. Maybe you sent it to your family group chat.
Oh, he did, but I thought he was best friend, so I thought he'd send you the picture. But wait, look, I'll have to ask him. They're actually pretty cool pictures. because the plane is empty. There's like no seats or anything, and it's like huge. It was a Boeing 747. He took a showed us a picture, or sent a picture. So that's a cool picture. You better after you'll like it. Seriously, he inspects the planes. So yeah, yeah. Let's just say it's a good thing he's taking a break from work. Okay, because now I can't blame him for it. And
Unless
then
there
wait
was
a
like
second. Technically, that plane in flight has been in service for a while, so hmm, maybe he did inspect it.
yeah, this is a little bit of a scary time to be a Boeing employee, I would say. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Also, just goes to
and
show you.
at the observatory, the Griffith Observatory, I didn't realize Boeing sponsors one of their pavilions. That's in the space section. There's like this room that said Boeing something something educational. I'm like, all right, Boeing, look at you sponsoring things. Better use that money towards your inspectors.
Yeah, that's a little scary. I want to see the full list so then I can be prepared to not go on those airlines in the future. But I mean,
Well, the airlines because they all the airlines have all different types of planes. So as long as you select the flight that doesn't say 737 Max 9 with it, you'll be good. But the best, and of course, because it's Europe, but the Airbus, it's my personal favorite. The Airbus plane model is bigger, just in even the normal size, it's just a bigger body type. But yeah, rarely do you have problems, you see problems with those. Also, I find those planes have less turbulence,
hmm,
like when I ride on them. Maybe because it's the bigger body type, but I feel like it's less shaky in the air, whereas Boeings are smaller, so it's like more shaky. Uh, So I always try to select an Airbus for myself for future travelers.
I still don't understand how your claustrophobia doesn't prevent you from going on a plane, but it does prevent you from going on some other stuff. That's interesting to me because I felt claustrophobic in the flight. In the
I'll tell you what goes. So I'm claustrophobic on a plane, but the only thing about a plane is, boy, I'm so high up. I think, man, if something goes wrong, what am I gonna do? Like it's not really claustrophobia, but I do have I get a little nervous. I'm like the door. Oh my god, if I was on a plane, that door flew out. I don't know. It'd be very hard to step on another plane again. Okay, especially if there's the guy in the interview. They interviewed the guy who was sitting like in the row right behind the door. Like, can you imagine? The, I mean, oh my god,
the kid's shirt came off
yeah,
because yeah, that's insane. Like
like oh
yeah,
my god. And like I said, it'd be very hard for me to go on another flight again if I was one of those guys, or even the entire plane in general. But especially if I was like in that row, I'm like, whoo, I need a few years. Like, woo, God, I feel they should get some kind of I don't know refund because they landed safely, but I don't know something. They should sue Boeing or something. I don't know something like
I'm
that's like
sure this. I'm sure
yeah,
the suing's coming.
yeah.
I mean,
Because I mean, come on, that's like mentally traumatizing. Imagine that, like then because you're in the air, so you have to land. So the whole time, and I'd be thinking, oh my gosh, am I gonna get sucked on this plane as I land? Like, it's not just boom, yeah, it blows out and you're good. You have the oxygen mask came down. Oh my god, I feel like every single one of those people need therapy.
see, this is why on my flight I read the directions, like the safety directions, because I
Okay,
wanted to be prepared. You know,
that is smart. They do have them all in seats for you, but wow, ooh, wee. But yeah, when I saw that kid's shirt come up, God, I'm glad just the shirt came off. That would be very embarrassing if like his pants and underwear came up. Ooh-wee. But
yeah.
ooh, that stuff like that, man. You really got it. And also pilots, I trust them, but you got it because some pilots. That's what I'm always worried on night flights. It's like, man, I hope this person doesn't fall asleep at the wheel. Like. You know,
Yeah,
I know
multiple.
the plane's on like autopilot still. Like at least the takeoff and landing portions, like yeah, like or like he falls asleep and then he misses a turn or something. I don't know.
Two,
Like
two.
because I'm
Yeah,
like, my goodness, it's the middle of the night. Like these people must be tired. I know they're probably sleeping all day preparing, but still, like, still goes through my head.
yeah. I can imagine it's a tough job. I wonder how long their shifts are. But
Yeah, I feel like they go on one flight, take a break. Like I know, like one flight's like their shift. Well, if it's like a like cross country or international, I feel like that's the shift that may take a break in the hotel and go to sleep, and then maybe fly it back the next day or something like that. Because I mean, I can't just turn like, but for things like for Vegas, I like that's like 40-minute flight, so that one I'm sure they can just go. The same pilot can probably just go and turn around, go back and forth a few times. I imagine that's like 5 times what, like 5 times would be like about 200 minutes. 200 minutes is what, like a little over 3 hours, 4 hours.
yeah,
Adding all the, but then you have to, it's not a constant 4 hours. It's really like eight because you have to wait for the because you're waiting for the next flight to board and deboard. So I feel like 4 times, give them time to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I feel like that's probably how it works.
that reminds me. Some pilots are like out here trying to break like speeding records. So like, or like, I saw that there was a someone posted on Instagram like, oh yeah, like I beat my new, I set a new personal best, and he's like, I was like, so pilots are just speeding through the air. He's like, I saved an hour off the time that it was
Now,
supposed to take.
that actually don't. I like that because that means I feel like I get there faster. I feel like you can't like it's not like you speed on the road and you get in a car crash, but you speed in the air. I mean, it's not gonna crash your plane or
You
something.
could hit another thing though,
Like what? It's just
another plane.
cloud. No, there's a trap. There's have you seen that app? The flight tracker app tells you where all the planes are. But I mean, pilots have something more sophisticated, and they're always in contact with the air current traffic control tower, so they'll like rarely ever be they'll like hit a plane in air. I don't think it's ever happened with a mid-air collision. Yeah, planes have collided at airports though, like clipping the wings coming out of the
Yeah, like
terminal.
Japan recently.
In Japan, that was like a head-on thing. But actually, like at JFK in New York, a couple of JetBlue flights, they just kind of they clipped their wings. Nothing serious, but when they backed down, that happens. But I don't think I've ever heard of someone like just crashing completely, flying something in midair or something. As long as they don't speed in a thunderstorm or something, because lightning can't see.
Yeah,
Or fog, something crazy thing. If it's clear, I feel like get me there faster. Because in general, a plane is boring. You're just sitting there hours and hours. Oh, depending on the plane, hours and hours and hours, and you're just there.
true.
Like, don't you find that boring?
I would love it because I can just look at the sky the entire time, like for multiple
Okay,
hours.
you would like it because you like the sky and the
Yeah,
sunset.
I
But
would just
most
be.
people, I feel like goodness, Australia, that's 14 hours of boring.
Yeah, that. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, when I go to Japan, that's why I want to go in first class so I can stretch my legs. Ideally, get like my
Oh,
own window seat.
that's not on first class. You don't just stretch your legs, you get your own bed.
True. Also true.
You see, that one's fire to me because then I just take a full on sleep. Then you have your own personalized, like legit movie screen. Like that's actually pretty dope. If I when I go to Japan, we will also be going on first class.
See, I'm confused how you're gonna survive in Japan when you don't really like Asian food. What are you planning on eating?
I am going to one. I'll be eating the Tokyo Disney and Universal Studio Japan food. So that takes care of 3 days or 4 days right there. Two, I'll be eating. I mean, I know they have McDonald's and stuff, but also every culture, no matter what, has meat. So I'll be loading up on orange chicken and rice. Oh, wait, is that Chinese? Oh, wait. Okay, I'll be finding whatever Japanese meat they have. I will, because I know the Japanese have some sort of meat, so I will be eating that.
Stop. You said you'll be loading up on meat, and then you said poultry. First off,
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I meant. Chicken meat.
but I thought you don't like Asian meat. That's pause.
And no, I like orange chicken.
Oh, okay. So it's just you didn't vibe with that Korean barbecue's meat then.
Oh, so the meat I'd can barbecue itself. All out of all the ones, maybe just the Korean meat. And actually, at that particular place, that was actually the best Korean barbecue meat I've had. But the other ones, like here in Thousand Oaks, another place I went, it was like too flimsy and fatty for me, so I just couldn't chew it. Uh,
Oh,
but
okay.
that one actually wasn't too bad. Like it may could have been the way the person cooked it too, but yeah, because I don't know how to cook it, so I just relied on whoever I was with. But yeah, I know. My girlfriend made it this time, so it tasted nice and tender and had a taste, which is cool. And there's little steak portion, and I wish I didn't get so full because the steak was actually a little thick. I was like, "Ooh, okay, cool." And I was, oh, that portion was actually pretty. I'd go back to that place because I
Wow,
want some of that more New York steak that they
that's
got.
surprising.
And the rice, oh boy, I can live in Japan or survive in Japan on just white rice and soy sauce alone. Wow, we.
Uh, All right, fair enough. Okay, so I guess you'll be fine in Japan then. I was just a little worried about you. I was because
Well,
I
guess what? We're going together, Sandra. We're meeting you there.
yes, you can meet me there. Well, see, here's sorry, my dog's itching himself. Um, hey, stop, knock that off. He's using the bed to scratch himself. That's ridiculous. But
Oh, that's smart.
so hold on, let me just get this on camera. Oh, of course you're gonna.
Uh,
There you go. All right, go to bed, bud.
Poor guy, he's just staring at there. Oh, son, you have him chained up, huh?
Well, yeah, because then he's liable to get out.
Don't worry, Coda. You'll be unchained in your own apartment soon.
So
Hopefully, you're gonna
that's
have him
how.
chained up in the apartment, are you?
What up?
You're not gonna have him chained up in the apartment, are you?
I'm probably gonna have him in a cage in the apartment.
Okay, well, that's better than chained up. Well, why don't you have him walk around your house?
My mom hates him.
No, 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 in the apartment. Sorry, that's him.
Oh, well, because your girlfriend's afraid of dogs.
Yes, but I mean, we won't be walking around all the time.
Okay. I mean, whatever works for you guys is, because again, like, she's afraid of dogs, so I don't want her to.
No, but I mean, like, she'll be at work. Boy, they can never walk around.
Oh, yeah, then he can walk
Oh,
around. I just want him in a cage when I leave the house so that he doesn't mess anything up.
oh yeah, yeah, and yeah, obviously, I mean, if you're so excited about your master bedroom, um, why don't you? You can have him. That's a big space for him to walk around.
Well, the thing is, now I might not get the master bedroom if
Okay,
we live in
wh-
Northridge.
whatever room you get, that's the good place for him to walk around too. I don't know. I feel bad when dogs are chained and locked up. It makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slippery slope because the thing is, a lot of dogs actually like to be confined because then they feel safer.
How do you know? Did you ask them?
No, but there have been psychological tests done.
Really? If the people asked the dog, or they just assumed?
They check the brain wave.
Haven't seen the Family Guy episode where they go into an alternate timeline and the humans are the dogs and the dogs act like the humans.
I've not, but that sounds really kinky. So as I was saying, oh, actually, so as I was saying, the studies show. I don't know where these studies are, but the studies show that dogs like to be secure and caged up. Sometimes there's obviously a level to it. So we'll see how it is with Coda. Because I don't want him running amok when I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that could be expensive for me if he scratches like places up and everything. Um, I'm sure he'll be fine. Yeah, I mean he'll be fine. Like when all of us are there, just walking around. Uh, he's not gonna do anything. But what other kind of? Oh well, I didn't really talk about my week, but in terms of my week, going all right. It's going all right. Uh, I'm learning about the art of seduction by Robert Greene, and there's some interesting things that he says.
Like
Um,
what?
well, first he calls people victims, so that's automatic. He's like, there's 18 types of victims and 9 uh, types of seduction. Um, so it's interesting. I get what he's saying. He has a lot of different books. Like there's the 48 Laws of Power. Um, he has a lot of different books, and the stuff that he says makes sense. Though it's just very it's a very interesting way to look at the world, is what I will
Hmm.
say. Um, I was sending a bunch of stuff to Christian because, as we know, Christian is trying to uh, work on that type of not that type of stuff in particular, but he's trying to find a lady.
Mm-hmm.
So the main point though is like be confident when you approach someone, listen more than you actually talk. Those are like the two key takeaways I would say. Um and I'm interested in it from a perspective of like psychology, not just for dating but also for like attracting customers, because like what he says can also apply to getting people to buy stuff. So that's going to be a big important part of Social Central. Um so yeah, again, I would have wanted. I'll talk about it more if these two, if one of them, not even both of them, one
Mm-hmm.
of them actually shows up to another podcast. Um, then the other current event really is the fact that the judge who was attacked. Um, I'm not laughing because the judge was attacked. I'm laughing because of the fact that they said that this man he's they described it as supermaning over a judicial bench, which is crazy because that is what homie did. He literally
Yeah, he
flew.
definitely flew.
But here's the thing: number one, the bailiff and all them are so at fault in this situation. That is literally your entire job. That's why you're there,
Mm-hmm.
to protect the people who work there. You failed astronomically.
Yeah, that was no good.
Because I saw the whole video. It wasn't like it was that close. He ran to get, like he had to build up some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should have stopped him at some point. Not after he had already laid his hands on her hair and everything like that. That's crazy, man. Um, just know that I think that dude dislocated his shoulder, so there was a cost to the jump. Um, it wasn't like he just did that with like no, you know,
Mm-hmm.
no problems or anything like that. There was a cost to that jump, but that was one hell of a jump. All right,
I know,
same
it's
with the
pretty
one.
good. And of
Yeah,
course he was black.
I can't make that joke. So from what I read though, the judge didn't increase his sentence,
He did, yeah, she didn't, I don't think.
which is pretty honorable of her, honestly. Um,
She's probably pretty impressed by the jump.
See, maybe she was also impressed by the judge. She's like, oh, you know what? Maybe there is potential for him. Unfortunately, though, from what I read, he's gonna have like solitary confinement and everything like that. And solitary confinement, see, now that's a big issue. For I mean, we could talk about that, but like solitary confinement, like a lot of the studies have shown that that just doesn't work. and it's also one of the most inhumane things you could do to people because we
Mhm.
as humans are very like social in nature. In nature, we're
Mhm.
social in nature. Connection is very important to us. Um, and solitary confinement, cuts that off. So yeah, last current event is going to be Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. So
Cuties.
for those of you who don't know, Benny Blanco is a producer. He's also, he has
He's
co
also a singer.
yeah. And Selena Gomez, I mean, if you don't know who Selena Gomez is, I mean, what are you even doing? Um,
Mhm.
those two are dating, and
Mhm.
basically, after the Grammys or the Oscars, whatever, Selena Gomez posts, and she didn't win anything. And then
Mhm.
Selena Gomez posted to Instagram. She posted Benny Blanco to Instagram. And it's like, oh, I'm the winner, something like that.
Mhm.
And like then, I was listening to Power 106, and they were like hating on the post.
Why? Those little jealous fools.
Kinda. Like they were just like, well, it's not really a competition. Like I'm sure her homegirls are looking like he's nice. Like basically they were hating on how he looks. They're like he like
Have you
judging
seen those people in Power 106? Yeah, let me tell you. Um,
I'm not even gonna respond in like that manner, right? I'm gonna
um,
respond in this manner, in like the way that you guys are judging him on how he looks and like that's just like it's so like vain and superficial like to be like
mhm.
wait, hey, like they were just cracking up like oh it's not even a competition like no one was competing for him like no one wanted him it's like y'all gotta relax bro like this is why people like kill themselves because
Mhm.
of like this criticism and shit like fucking like honestly like just chill man like and they were like oh I'm sure her homegirls like oh like I'm sure her homegirls are like this is weird like why are you with him and then literally I saw an article and then like a lot of people were like Selena's the article was talking about how Selena's inner circle thinks that this relationship is going to last a long time because how Benny treats her it's like wow interesting sometimes it's more
Yeah.
yeah sometimes it's more than just the looks this is why
Mhm.
it's an interesting concept because like there was that one movie with Jack Black and I think
Mhm.
Gwyneth Paltrow where
Mhm.
he Jack Black gets like hypnotized or some shit by Tony Robbins
Mhm.
and he views her as like the most beautiful girl in the world but in reality she's um morbidly obese okay and then everyone's
Mhm.
like judging them and everything like that but he loves
Mhm.
her because he sees her as beautiful and it's just like that movie was like first off, like I think it came out in like 2001 or something. It's like a really inappropriate movie, but then
Mhm.
even now in today's age, we still kind of view love like that, and that's kind of sad to think of.
Well, yeah.
It's like if you wanted to argue about how Benny Blanco like low key called Selena Gomez out a couple years ago when he was like friends with Justin Bieber, that's a fair critique. Why would you want to be with someone who like insulted you back in the day? Like that's a fair critique.
Mhm.
That's totally understandable. But the way that they were going after him was just so uncalled for, and it's just like do better. Um, that's what I wanted to talk about with that one. Um, but besides that, do you have anything else you want to discuss, Heath?
Mm-mm. The current events wise, I can't think of anything.
Okay. In terms of deep questions, let's see if I have any deep questions that don't require the use of twins.
Uh,
Um, well, this one was, I mean, honestly, see, this one doesn't even really matter when it's just us two. But yeah, honestly, y'all, besides that, anything else current event wise that I wanted to discuss? Oh, last thing. Did you ever figure out some surprisingly basic things that you just learned late in life?
hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, I was thinking of someone you asked earlier. I can't think of anything. Would you think of anything?
There's so much that I'm learning right now. I mean, so just
Actually, yes. I learned. I learned the process of how a baby's born.
you want to elaborate or?
I learned it from my girlfriend, like the stages, and you know what constitutes them being like like what stage the heart beats, so when they form a brain, stuff like that. Yeah, I never actually like knew like how many months. Or and then we went to the science center one time, looked at the space shuttle at one time, but then they had like a baby thing, and um they showed like the images of the birth process. I'm like, oh wow, so that's what it looks like. So I learned that too. So get more stuff about the not baby making, baby birth, pregnancy, birth giving, and as well as birth control, how that works. I had like different types of birth control they have nowadays. I don't know. I'm not a girl, so I had no idea. But my girlfriend was telling me, I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. And she showed me. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. It's actually a pretty cool concept. Some of the stuff they have. So yeah, I feel like it's very important because I didn't realize any of it. And it changed my perspective on many things.
Nice. All right. I would say this wasn't like recently, it was a couple years ago, but I learned that women do not pee through their vagina. They have a different hole for that.
Oh yes, I learned that later on in life too. Maybe not
So
as late as you, but I learned.
I did not know that. And then I learned that it is actually quite easy to. It's not easy, but it can sometimes be hard to find the right hole. Uh, I've learned that as well when it comes to vagina versus asshole. Um, that can be sometimes a little difficult. Um, I'm sure like Ethan's taught me something recent. Like,
Heck
uh,
yeah.
yeah, Ethan's taught me. Wait, not in that way, y'all. Ethan's taught Ethan's taught me something like about like transit that I had no idea. Um,
Mm-hmm. That's right. Oh, I taught you all about hotels and plane tickets.
that also, yeah. So again, I'm constantly learning. Uh, there were things I didn't know that like maybe there were things that I knew that other people didn't know, and then there's things that I didn't know that other people knew. So I'm really, it's just a constant learning process through life. But besides that, y'all, this was another episode of the Bouncy Potatoes podcast. I was Osanda
And
with
I was
me,
Ethan.
and today's quote is going to be "Fall down 7, get up 8."
Wait, what?
Fall down 7. Well, it's fall 7, get up 8.
Okay. What a
It's a
confusing
Japanese
quote.
proverb. Also, was one of the best Gatorade commercials for D Wade back in the day, based off this Japanese proverb.
Okay.
Ethan just always hates on my quote. All right, this is ridiculous. You cannot keep hating on my quote. I'm talking wisdom. All right,
You always pick some random Japanese quote. This is
it's
not Japan.
about
This is America.
it's wow.
No one
I'm
knows
an
what you're
immigrant,
no one knows what you're talking about.
dude. It's a common. It's so
Save all those quotes. Save those quotes for anime night, okay?
common, dude. It's